I've been in this crypto industry for a while now, and I've seen this happen so many times that it doesn't really bother me anymore when it happens. But it's really, really difficult to detach your emotions when you're dealing with cryptocurrencies, especially because it's money that is invested, right? Remember, this is not financial advice, do your own research. But check out this screenshot that I took yesterday. At some point, someone bought a lot of XRP, making the price to spike a little bit, right? And then we see the normal sort of people taking advantage of that. It kind of goes down a little bit. And then all of a sudden, boom, dump. And then we see it bought up almost immediately, and then it just carries on. Now, if you look at this graph here, if you never saw this happen and you were just happily, watching TV or something, or at a cafe out and about with friends, which is where you should be instead of staring at charts, you would have seen nothing. Your portfolio would have done a little bit of a wobble up, a wobble down, a wobble up, and you're pretty much the same place that you were before, especially if you're holding a spot position like I do. But if you're leveraged, the people who are leveraged 100x long or short, you may have been liquidated here, you're now wrecked, or here, you're now wrecked, yeah? But the rest of us, we're just holding, right? And it's just sort of wobbling on. Why? Because see, these incidents, first of all, they're not really that large, because if you expand the graph out overall, that's just a little bit of a spike. It's nothing incredible. It's gone from 7 cents to 73.5 cents. Now, percentage wise, that's decent, I guess, but overall speaking, it's not really that much. But there is a tendency to get liquidated if you are 100x or 1000x in on your leverage, yeah? Now, why do these things happen? Several reasons. Now, there was a bank failure yesterday, which I suspect might have caused this one here. I haven't looked at the time and announcements, but if you look at the Bitcoin chart, you'd have seen something similar. When they happen and there's no particular news, this might just be whales playing whale games. Now, sometimes what they try to do is they try to shake the tree, right? So that fruits that are not properly attached to the stems or the trees fall off, right? The diamond hands continue to hold, panic selling, panic buying, etc. And they just basically want to perturb the peace a little bit. And why do they do this? Well, they want to take your XRP, they want to take your Bitcoin. And the best thing is just not to fall for this, man, because we are about to see a massive pump, right? And if you don't believe me, check this out, yeah. The relationships between Ripple and these banks and organizations and countries, that's not even actually a new thing. A lot of these countries and banks and organizations signed deals with Ripple years ago. And a lot of them, especially out of the United States, have been using Ripple this whole time. But some of them have held back in fully implementing because, of course, Ripple became entangled in this legal case in the United States. Now, with all that out of the way, it's easy to see that there's a time coming when the proverbial switch will be flicked and all the systems will be turned on. And then XRP's price would have to go up to cope with the liquidity demand. Let me show you one of such deals. This was way back in 2018. Saudi Arabia's central bank signs blockchain deal with Ripple. This was reported in Dubai Reuters in 2018. Saudi Arabia's central bank has signed a deal with US-based Ripple to help banks in the kingdom settle payments using blockchain software as Gulf regulators begin to explore new forms of financial technology. The pilot program is the first of its kind to be launched by a central bank, allowing banks in Saudi Arabia to use Ripple's software to instantly settle payments sent into and out of the country. This will allow Saudi banks to make faster, cheaper, and more transparent cross-border transactions, Ripple said, adding that the central bank would provide training to Saudi banks interested in the program. Most regulators in the Gulf initially expressed skepticism about fintech, and last year the Saudi central bank warned citizens against trading Bitcoin because it was outside the bank's regulatory reach. But Bahrain, keen to boost its role as a regional financial center, has been exploring the use of digital currencies, and in the last few months, regulators in some larger Gulf economies have followed suit. The Saudi central bank is working with the United Arab Emirates central bank to issue digital currency that would be accepted in cross-border transactions between the two countries. UAE Central Bank Governor Mubarak Rashid Al Mansouri told Reuters in December. Earlier this week, the regulator of Abu Dhabi's International Financial Center said it might create rules for exchanges handling virtual currencies. But that's way back in 2018. Best believe all of it's been ironed out, and XRP is going to form the basis of basically every central bank digital currency in the Gulf states. The liquidity demand is going to be absolutely insane, which means the price of XRP would have to go up to match that liquidity demand. Not financial advice, do your own research. Bye.